Is data worth tracking? I guess that depends, right? So, data is completely worth tracking if you use it correctly. There's a lot of people out there that'll track so much data that it actually bogs their team down. They want their attribution rates on every single campaign, their A/B tests, their branding ads, their lead generation ads, and so on. When really, there's always these experimental segments in marketing, right? So you can't track all the data. Because if you're tracking all the data, you're making your marketing team work way too hard for something that can be done with less effort so your marketing team can focus on more important areas. Now, these experimental phases are important for experimental data. What did this bring us? How did it benefit us? How many people saw this? Etc. That way we can decide on what kind of branding efforts to do in our next experimental phase. Now, when we get to the actual lead generation aspect, then we can start actually calculating, right? Let's say we're allocating $10,000 to a lead generation campaign for people in the middle age between, like, let's say 30 and 60 or 30 and 55, and we're trying to sell them this one item. And we want to get the attribution report for all the items sold off of these ads. That could be very important because then we can repeat that later down the road because we have the data. We can say, hey, this actually works. When we get to this again, let's run in this exact same type of campaign with different lingo and different branding and different coloring or whatnot, but still run this so we can get this burst in sales. That's where data comes into play. Don't let, and I mean, some of you won't have a choice, but don't let your marketing executive force you to track data on silly things that's just going to bog you down. Just explain to them. Most of the time, people that are executive level, they understand marketing, right? They get it. But the problem is they're being asked for reports. They're being asked for data from their CEO, their board. Whoever it is asking them for data that might not actually be important to the mission. And sometimes it's important to explain that to them. Yeah, track data all you want. Just don't let it bog you down.